and we addressed the elephant in the room, as it were. Survey. Without any more ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go! How are you doing? Well, who would have seen this one coming, eh? Better freshen up and look the best that they've ever been. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Give you the rundown, I'll give you a tankin instead, eh? Ladies and gentlemen, you have landed yourself, if it's your first time here, on the home of Captain Jack Sparrow on Twitch. There are many others, but here is your home. 7. There's been some questions in late, and I'm beginning to think that you may think that I think that you think you know what I'm talking about. The truth is, I wouldn't be able to talk about it if I knew about it, mate. 7. Are you ready to sit down? Let's get some more harp in here. It's going to affect your stream. At all? Worried about it? Not a chance, mate. Not a chance. Osmond Power says, dude, the Jack's voice here in the Taylor was nowhere near as good as yours, dude. Thank you for Pepper Balls for the 5 gifted. I only came on to talk about the update. What's going on? Jeez Louise, people have got some pepped up energy. Pepper Potts, Ian and Ink. Oh my god, what the hell? I've only come in to turn around and talk to you for 5 minutes. Who voiced Jack in the trailer? Can't say. For certain. May know him, may not. May have been a friend of a friend of a family friend who you know is a friend to me. Let's get everyone on here as we can. Come on! Invite everybody! Get everybody in here right now! Geek, thank you very much, and Yates. It's Charlie Boy, thank you very much. Pepper Potts again. Sully with the 10, and then you got Tammy with the 100. Little Dadabdo for the 100 as well. Kay coming with a resub. Geeky with 100. Dozer giving out 5 gifted subs. Thank you, Dozer. Donnie with a Senpai resubscribe. Juxie with the Prime sub. Jeez Louise, Cuzzy and Odin, you guys are incredible. Overhyped, Captain, let's go. Let's go. But are you ready? Were you the voice actor for the most Jack Sparrow in the newest trailer? Cannot confirm nor deny, mate. 7. Come on, let's hype it up. Let's watch this trailer together. But today, we're not just watching the trailer, mate. We're going to analyse it. You know me if you know this channel, and if you know this channel, then you know me. If you understand what I'm saying, say "Oi" in chat. Eyes in chat all round. So, needless to say, I've been talking about this book for a while. And you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Oh, what's that? We were talking about it last week. Let's see if we can find it. Where are we? Let me find it. Let me find the good old bit. Oh, that's right. We were talking about the ferryman. Oh yeah, the ferryman. Yeah, we were talking about that. What else were we talking about? Oh yeah, that was right. We were talking about different enemies. What else were we talking about? Oh yes, that's right. We were talking about mermaids, for crying out loud. And now it's happening. Are you ready, chat, to dive in? Because we're going to dive in hard when we're coming into this this trailer. We're going to be analysing every little bit that we can possibly analyse. Bro Hammett, thank you very much for the tier 1 subscribe. That's 3 months. Fun time with the 1,000. All for you, Jack. You guys are incredible. Cheers to you. I think we're ready. You've been waiting for this one? So have I. Come on. Invite your nan, your mam, you know, your cousin, your pet dog. As long as he attaches, you know, as long as he isn't carrying, you know, keys on needs to waggle a bone in front of his face. But do, yeah, invite your dog, why not? You seen the news? Oh, yes, mate, that's why we're here. Why do I need to be working right now? I'm sorry, Demon. Is it you voicing Jack? I'd quite possibly go insane. J-Rock, I cannot confirm nor deny, mate. Quantum, thank you very much for the subscribe. And J-Rock as well. Asking the questions that all of us wish to know. Pepper Potts coming in here. Well, love, what can I say? All their 300 biddies. You're the voice, aren't you? Can't say that, mate. Truth be told, a man telling the truth is a dishonest man. And I'm a dishonest man, and a dishonest man you can always choose to be dishonest. It's the honest man that you have to watch out for, really. You never know when they're going to do something completely stupid. Right. The question is it listed on IMDb? Come on! We can push the 400 mark. Let's watch this together at 400 viewers. I know you want to talk about it. I know it's griddling inside every fibre. And you want to know. So what says you and I that we go and watch it together? Invite more! Invite everybody! Congratulations on your own season. Hey! Pick out the rum, let's go everybody! We're up to a heart rate of 221%, and the one here is just sitting in the middle of the screen talking about stuff. You're expecting a review, 17th third collab. I never thought it would actually happen. Well, here we are. Thanks for coming in with your prize up as well. Yes, Roman, you're here. Everyone coming in. Does this mean Jack will be here more? Begs the question, doesn't it, mate? Damn, that was a trick question there to trip you up. Ha ha ha! You can't trick up a poet, mate. Not as one as experienced as mine. So that has what I am. Partnership? Stop leading me on, we're dying!
M-Screen. Hashtag Rob Ravens. Captain Jack on Twitch. I'm here right y'all.
Oh, what was that? What was that? Where did that come from? I didn't even hear it. Who said it? Who said it? Who said it? Gets a Jake's here on Sea of Thieves. Oh!
Hello, Captain Sparrow. Can you say happy late birthday to Rob Raven? I wasn't there for his birthday stream, sadly.
Geekly and Mika, the real hub is real. I'm screaming Rob Raven's Catch a Jack Sparrow on Twitch. Oh, I'm here for it all. Geekly coming in with hello, Catch a Jack Sparrow. Can you say birthday to Rob Raven? I wasn't there for his birthday. Happy birthday, Rob Raven. Woo! Are we all here? Are you ready to watch the trailer and analyse it like you've never analysed it before? Because those who are a particular foundational mark on my stream know that I've got an inclination and a very sharp eye. I will be doing some research on what you can see and what you cannot. As such, are you ready to dive in? I know I am. Let's go, you wonderful group of miscreants and scallywags! Let's dive in, shall we? Oh, that's the wrong camera. Here I am. I'm going to put myself on this side, where I always am. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk through this wonderful thing that is happening right now.
An ill wind blows from beyond the horizon. A new danger is coming on the tides. And the one who might stop this ruin, trapped for all forever in the sea of the damned. Now to save the pirate life, you must start by saving the life of one.
Hello.
Oh, didn't realize we had company. Captain Jack Sparrow. But I suspect you already knew that.
Hey.
Because of the treasure Jack stole, a darkness followed him here. And if it's not stopped, this world will sink into shadow.
This sea holds many secrets.
Ah, a new body at last.
All I can do is show you the way.
From what I hear of this so-called Sea of Thieves, it's nothing but cursed crews, bloodthirsty mermaids, a legion of dead, angry pirates. Ah, yes. And now, one Davy Jones.
Say hello.
Hello! Well, I believe that now is the perfect time to use these cannons.
A world without the eternal abyss. Is a world that refuses to face the truth. Nothing lasts forever. Destroy them!
I don't suppose, by chance, there's a second one of those? The Sea of Thieves, eh? Bring me that horizon.
Now to dive into the nitty-gritty. You've seen the trailer, you know what it's about. Or are you looking at it for the full opportune moment that it is? So let's dive in. And turn down the sound just a touch. Or we dive into this a little bit more than what you suspect. Firstly, let's address the elephant in the room. And on this next scene, is something you didn't expect.
An eel wind blows.
So we have Demora, setting the song. But if you look in the corner of the room just above my head, you'll see there is indeed a skull that resembles said trinket. Maybe something insinuating that already before you've even watched it. There's a head tilt there to go old-fashioned captain, aye? So if you look here, we can see that there's a skull, like no other. This is Demora, the sea witch, aka Calypso.
From beyond the horizon. A new danger.
And here we have a sunken ship. Where have I seen this ship before? I've seen the front of this ship in a manner of array of features. But, let me tell you something now, chat. It actually bears resemblance to something else. Dare I say it, it looks a lot like a ship I've crossed many a time. And I dare I say it, it looks like this ship. Let me bring her up for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. 1 and a 2. And whoa. There we go. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's bear the front right now. And let's put some music on to suit the mood, because it's mysterious. If we look at the Queen Anne's Revenge, she has a harpoon during the front of the ship, and an undead thing at the front being a man. Dare I say it, if we go back and look at the front of the ship, we can see an undead man figurine. And also we can see the front of the ship. And she bears similar resemblance to the Queen Anne's Revenge. But equally, because of the distance that is measured between us, the parting crew, and the front, it could easily be said that that is the front of the Black Pool. Which ship do you think it is, Chad? As we bear the resemblance at the front of the pool, if we can find a wonderful figurehead. Black Pool figurehead. Let's have a look, shall we? If you look at the front of the pool, she doesn't have the sharp jut that comes out. If you look here, it's slightly different. It's more of an angel bearing the wings of a dove. Now I say it, it is not the pearl. The pearl does not have the sharp jut out at the front. If we go back, you can clearly see it's slightly different. It could be, it could not be. Then we look at the jut. It could be there again if you're looking at the front and the masts. Are we saying it's the pearl, or are we saying that it's quite possibly something else? Needless to say, at this point we're all scabbering around, trying to scratch our little brains, shall we? Moving on to the next bit, let's have a look. Dare I say it now, it starts to bear a resemblance to the ship that we know. I would dare say that that looks like the back of the Pearl. She's got the same amount of cannons and not as much as the Queen Anne's. You've got to remember, if you look at one thing that the Queen Anne's Revenge has over the Pearl, when we dive into this, is that the Pearl itself has an array of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 per side. And if we go back, we have a look at the Queen Anne's Revenge from her side, she does not have that much, and her back end bears a shape which isn't seen. Now, if I move my head, you can see here, it arches in such a manner. The back of this ship does not. So I do bear the fact that we are looking at, dare I say it, the Pearl. So let's have a look some more.
And the one who might stop this ruin.
And now we're here. Can anybody tell me in chat where we are right now? I dare you to see if you can tell me where we are. Serbian, you are absolutely right. This is the Isle of Demeter. And dare I say it, we may be even looking at Captain Cortez himself over in the Sea of Thieves. If we dive in more,
For all forever in the sea of the...
we see another arrangement of a ferryman-like, sort of imbued with fog and substance.
Now
Let's
to
have a look
save
more.
the pirate life.
Now, if you think about it, does that not bear a resemblance to the fourth movie of the actual lighthouse that Jack himself tried to wean away all of said mermaids? Dare I say it, that is exactly where I shouted at the top of my lungs that mermaids should not be trusted. One might say yes. Curious and more curious. As we dive more down the rabbit hole, it could indeed be Whitecap Bay, where you said mermaids would be.
Life. You must start by seeing
And here we
the
are.
life of one.
And the mangy mutt that is, I've been trying to conjure the fact that it will not listen to me for at least the best part of about 30, 45, I don't know how long I've been there, alright? Been there a very long time at this point. I've been trying my best to endure this goddamn swine of a dog. The mangy mutt that it is. But would it listen to me? No. Alas, it would not listen to me. So let's dive in a little bit more as we see who comes next.
Oh, didn't realize we had company. Captain Jack Sparrow. But I suspect you already knew that.
Right, so I'm introduced. Now we look here. Now what do we have here? We have a sun. We have a nautical star and a gem in the middle. And nothing like this has actually come up within the Pirates of the Caribbean lore. So as such, this is something completely different. And what is even oddly striking is that the Jack character that they are portraying has the ring on the left hand. Which is weird. Now if you're going down the route of this, what perplexes this further is the rings that are on my hand. If you watch in the original Pirates of the Caribbean movie, Jack originally does have the dragon ring on his left thumb. But then he commandeers and gets himself the opal ring, which is the red ring. Which is a bit weird really, because he replaces said ring and switches it to his right, as he moves his opal ring and moves it to his left hand, the soul stone as such. So it begs to differ which Jack that we are working with right here. So, if we dive deeper down the rabbit hole, we'll have a look at Jack's actual persona and outlook. We can see now that he actually has more blonde to his hair, which indicates he's actually post movie number 3. Which is bizarre. If we're saying it's number 3, then why did I actually have my ring on my left hand as opposed to my right? Maybe this is a new Jack completely. Maybe we're dealing with a completely different scenario where Jack maybe was piranha'd about. So let's dive further.
A darkness followed him here. And if it's not stopped,
Let's listen, though.
because of the treasure Jack stole, a darkness followed him here. And if it's not stopped, this world will sink into shadow.
So it's going down the roots of the fact that Jack himself has stolen something. Stolen something. And is expected and he's landed within the Sea of Thieves. And we both know, if we're going down the lore of Sea of Thieves, that in fact the Sea of Thieves is encrusted in a shroud. And the only way to get there is to use the Shadowbreaker to get set into said area of the fact that is in the Sea of Thieves. This is demonstrated many, many times, even within the shores of Gold, Tall Tale. You need to acquire the Shroudbreaker to in fact pierce the shroud, unless you are in course Ramsay himself, the great pirate lord. Now Ramsay has the ability to be able to pierce the shroud on his own, but Jack may have stolen something of Ramsay's. This is merely speculation, ladies and gentlemen, but what if said Jackie boy here stole something from the legendary Captain Ramsay himself, and has therefore cursed the Sea of Thieves? It's a funny old world, isn't it? So let's continue.
The sea holds many secrets.
Ah, a new body at last.
So, what we know of this man? So far we know he's got a hook on his right hand, and he has a patch to his left. Bears the uncanny resemblance of a said captain I once knew, dare I say it. Let's go and have a look at the cursed cups of Cortez from the fourth film, shall we? So, fourth, and then the Cortez ship. Let's have a look, He sounded like Barbossa, but it wasn't. Barbossa would have a more depicting figure. Chalice. Scene. So, let's have a look at the chalice scene, shall we? Steel. So it's the chalice steel scene. Are we actually looking at it? Give us a second. No, he's already acquired it. So, Pirates of the Caribbean. Let's see if we can find it. Pirates of the Caribbean. Ship-rocking scene. Like, why is there multiple scenes that do the same thing? Pirates of the Caribbean 4. I don't think we're going to find it, unfortunately. Let's have a look, shall we? What is it? Pont de Leon? Yes, that's the one. Pont de Leon. Thank you very much. Ah, here we go. Let me mute this just in case we get DMCA, but let's watch this together. Okay. So as Jack marauders his way through, he stumbles across what can only be seen as a man in a bed. If we all solder across, they make themselves aware and they finally land themselves onto the bed. Stating here, is this the same pirate we're looking at? Let's have a look. No, it's not. So that secures that. That leaves that it's only quite possibly one pirate. If it is said pirate to begin with. If we look into this and go back, Pirate Patch, it could be a generic skeleton, but why give him so much importance?
Ah, a new body at last.
All I can
It could well be. It could be Captain Cortez. Or it could not be.
do
Let's
is
find out
show
more.
you the way.
From what I hear of this
So, let's have a quick look.
All I can
So she shows here, let's just take a moment, right? Let's take a moment. We're looking right here at the fact that there's a choice of green flame and a green atmosphere within the ship. Let's think.
do is show you the way.
And then we've got the spectralness of the souls, very much like the ferryman. as if he was travelling to ferry the souls from one place to another. Dare I say it? Is this not trying to say is that we're going to be going to the Sea of the Damned? Flameheart? Maybe not. Before the next scene explains it.
What I hear of this so-called Sea of Thieves is nothing but cursed truth.
Not to mention, let's have a quick look at this. Let's crank up the volume and have a look at this. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful.
So-called Sea of Thieves is nothing but cursed crews, bloodthirsty mermaids.
Now, how long have I been banging on about the fact that they have mermaids that are evil? Let me see if I can find the parable within this book. I've been saying this for apps. How long, chat? Let's face facts. How long have I been banging a big drum saying that there are such things as evil mermaids called sirens? I've been saying this for so long. Let me find the actual page. It's within here somewhere. There we go. As such, I've been saying for quite some time now that if we actually look, there are such things as sirens within this game. Sirens are there. So, finally, dare I say it, we're actually getting an expansion for the mermaid lore, which we've been asking for such a long time.
A legion of
Let's slow that down just a touch
thirsty mermaids.
and have a look at what this is, and really in its integral form. We slow this down to 0.25 and we'll turn the sound down and we'll have a quick look. So, the first thing that we notice over here is this. Have you not noticed that these all bear a crystal in their chest? This one has a crystal. Dare I say this one has a crystal? And yes, this has a crystal as well. Mermaid gems? So are these gems like the statues that we speak of? When we slay them down, when they are found upon an open land or under the water with their unanimous hum? The emissary for gems may be on the horizon. So do this weird shell creatures I saw myself. So we know now that these are not in fact the same merfolk as the ones that send us back to our ships. So could it be that these have been cursed in such a manner of way that they've lost their way of being normal merfolk, or are in fact trapped entities within this crystal, and the crystal eventually consumes them? All I know right now is that we are looking right in the middle of something that confirms. Big update. Don't watch it. I'm streaming. And if we look here, sorry, the message just came home. If we look here, every single one of them is wearing a mermaid gem. And as such, makes you question that these are cursed, and make them into a full statue if they do not fulfill their bidding. Maybe the blues are the lower rankings, green showing the more upper echelons who are cursed, slowly followed by the red diamonds who are the most impressive of cursed mermaids. Who knows? But we need to carry on diving deeper. So, without slowing it down anymore, we can see here, look at this face. Let me turn off my camera, just one moment. Look at this face. So the eyes are the same shape as the normal mermaids. The hair has become disfigured and they become more like a sailback, if you will. But the eyes are more diluted. But that is, without a shadow of effect, looking right here. That, my friends, is indeed a mermaid gem. There's no ifs, no buts about it. So let's carry on.
A legion of dead, angry pirates.
Now, that's curious. This is the first time in all of Sea of Thieves lore that we've seen spirits actually being able to attack said people. It's only ever been skeletons that have been able to actually do damage. By the spectral ships of Flameheart, this is the first time we've seen physical pirates turn out to be undead, with ghost fights of actual individuals. So if we look at that again,
A legion of dead, angry pirates.
we see 1, 2, 3, 4 phantoms that will actually appear to do damage because they are wielding swords. Notice how the swords look very, very reminiscent to the ferryman's sword, but not quite the same. So needless to say, maybe we're dealing something that the ferryman has been overthrown. Why are the spirits coming back from the dead? And why are they not being ferried as they should be? What if the ferryman and the ferryman, that is Davy Jones, have come to a conflict? Maybe there is two types of ferrymen. You've got the ferryman outside in the world that we know as the Pirates of the Caribbean, but encased in the shroud, he has no vulnerability, he has no ability to hunt, nor be able to take said souls from this area. And therefore, Davy Jones is the ferryman from the Pirates of the Caribbean universe, and we have the ferryman from our universe within the Sea of Thieves. The plot certainly is starting to thicken.
Ah, yes. And now, one Davy Jones. Hello! Well, I believe that now is the perfect time to use these cannons.
Now, let's have a look further. Most people are looking at this with just a broad assessment. Oh, this is a ship, you're on a ship, you're looking at the Davy Jones. But let's take a minute. What ship do we see these people standing on? Do you not recognize these cannons? I've seen them before. This is the ferryman. We are currently stood on the ferryman cannons right now against another ferryman. This is getting trippy. So we are currently looking out at the ferryman from the Pirates of the Caribbean, aka the Dutchman, and yet we are on the ferryman as well. This is starting to get more and more deep. And dare I say it, we have finally seen the first crab added to the Sea of Thieves. All these tiny details that are starting to weave themselves together are starting to come to light. Dare I say it, we're in for a rumble. Let's carry on. And there we have it, we saw the front of the ship. Let's see it one more time. Let's slow that down. Dare I say it, we are correct that is indeed the ferryman. Let's slow this down. Let me just turn the sound down and we can put some more music in the background. So Jack is pointing and saying this is the perfect time to fight. And then the crab. Now, we know those cannons as being the ones from the ferryman, but which ferryman are we looking at? Now that is Davy Jones's. If I turn off my camera, right now, you can see that is Davy Jones. We can see the uncanny resemblance to the sails that are all weathered and tattered in an damnational look. But yet, when we pan to the left, we see the spherical look and the outline of the ship. Look at this. Look at the spectral nature. This is the ferryman that we know as the ferryman from Sea of Thieves. Let's go back just one more touch. The ferryman, which is the Flying Dutchman. And that is the ferryman from the Sea of Thieves. Dare I say it, we are having a battle between ferrymen here. One of the Pirates of the Caribbean universe and one from the Sea of Thieves universe. This is starting to get real deep. Let's move on. And let's put this back to full speed. And let's turn it up. So here we go. Back from there after the fight.
A world without the attack, our best.
So, this is getting curiouser and curiouser. Dare I say it, this guy just travelled from underneath the... He swam through the sand. He swam through the sound. Look.
Without the attack, our best.
So this guy has the ability to chase up on you and swim through the sand, through land to get towards you. Notice this is weird. This is getting a little bit weirder. Notice the actual thing, he looks like a clam. This kind of looks like, if you remember playing the first first Shroudbreaker Tall Tale, and we looked at it, they had a very glowing, reef-like look, and it resembles this. It resembles this in a very, very similar way to the very first Tall Tale that you ever do when you're running away from the first vault. But it's got a clam-like face, just like the coral skeletons. It looks just like the coral skeletons. So, let me turn this down and let's watch this in half speed so we can catch a little bit what's going on. Just turn it down. What is that in its chest? Let's see it again. We find ourselves in the midst of yet another emerald. Is this a curse from the mermaids? It's a green gem. What is going on, chat? Where are they leading us down this rabbit hole? Where are we finding ourselves? Because we are finding ourselves in the midst of a green gem. In the chest of this clam-like creature. Is this a coincidence? We singularly know that the one man known as Duke has been hunting himself down. Fast, hard, and true. To try and find out answers. So now we know that we have a mermaid gem, but look, it looks slightly darkened with a swirl inside. If we look right here, look at this swirl that we've got going on here. It almost does, yeah, you could say it does like the Heart of Tahiti from another Disney, which is Moana. But I don't think it follows down that route. And that the clam has teeth as well. And yet he only has 3 fingers rather than 4, if I move away. Where do we go with this, chat? Where are we going with this? Where are Rare taking us down? Let's have a look. Ooh, let me have a look at that again. I don't believe I've seen that tattoo set either. That's a new tattoo set, especially the one with the lip underneath the chin. It's a new tattoo set. So also we got a new tattoo set coming as well. Dare I say it, I don't think I've seen these kind of clothes either, in this fashion either. So there's a lot of things coming. The scars, that could be down to just the fact that it could be that character class. The scars do look quite different as well. And down we go. So, what we're looking at here is a character who looks a lot like Mr. Cotton, dare I say. If you know who Mr. Cotton is, he's a man who does not have a tongue. And we're stirring now and he looks just like Mr. Cotton. And if we look when he opens his mouth, it looks like he does not have a tongue. It looks hollow. His tongue doesn't appear to be there. So he's almost like his tongue's been cut out. So I do believe that we are looking at Mr. Cotton right now, a man whose parrot we asked to be his translator. So maybe this is Mr. Cotton. And here we have it, the big shebang. We're looking at a giant mermaid statue, ladies and gentlemen. Where do we go with this? What does this even mean? A giant mermaid statue, it could be a world event, it could be something else. I don't know. But what I do notice is it's carrying this weird staff-like thing. And notice it has 1, 2, 3 gems of itself. It has 4 gems considering the eyes, which is weird. So needless to say, this looks like it may be a new world event. A new Colossus that we've been waiting for quite some time. Just want to take a moment here. Thank you all for the new follows. Let's dive deeper. Deeper. And here is the man himself, Davy Jones. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Let's just take that a second slower. Chat. Come. I'm very observant when it comes to the Sea of Thieves. And especially even more so when it comes to figurines and statues and stuff like that. Now we have Davy Jones clearly taking the limelight of this scene. But, let's just stop right there. Let's look here. This figure is the Grim Reaper. But, let me show you something even more. Let's have a look. See if I can load up the game. I'll show you something quite quickly. This spectre that is known as the death-like figure, I've seen it somewhere before. I've seen it somewhere very, very close by. And dare I say it, it has a twin sister that sits on the precipice to the right. So let's dive in a little bit deeper, shall we? Isn't that the same as the first skeleton in this trailer? Let's have a look. Let's come. Invite more people. Let's all get to the bottom and have this conspiracy that we're gathering together. Tell us, did you do the voices? What? The suspense is killing me. Oh, look, rum. As we dive in, and we're waiting for supplies, so it means I might have to reload the actual game. Give me a moment. Let's try that again. Rob, you're such a contractor, you're amazing. I'm saying, oh, thank you so much, mate. Dang, you're observant of everything. I'm very impressed. When you play this game as much as what I am, and what I do, you pick up a lot of things. No one want to see a Thieves category? Come. Sit down. Let's dive into this a little bit more, because there's a lot to be had. A lot to be had. So, let me go to the Ferry of the Damned as fast as I can. So you think all this has to do new content based on you? Haha, Darth, I'm not saying that at all. Are you going into the game? I'm going to show you something that I think that person in the background resembles an uncanny, dare I say it, resemblance to something that we've been seeing for quite some time. So let's go and have a look. I was hoping you should read the lore stories with this character. I will endeavour to put that in my book, mate. You'll be a good English teacher. Right, let me find something to take me to the one and only place where we are going to be going. It's a one-way destination typically, but within the Sea of Thieves you can return to the Sea of Thieves over and over and over again. So, let me quickly try and get there. I hope we can get the Captain Jack and Mr. Gibbs costumes in game. As do I, mate. As do I. Hopefully you can get the back bull cosmetics. Maybe for a pretty penny. Right, let me show you of what I speak. As we release and go to the ferryman, it all becomes so familiar. Dare I say it, that man and that man look uncannily the same. The man on the left of Davy Jones is no other than the man of the ferryman, who rings the bell, which lets you then go back to the Sea of Thieves. It is his bell that rings to allow you to pass over, back to the life of the living. But why is he there? Now, let's think a little bit more about this. If he rings the bell and he gives you the ability to traverse over, and he's no longer there, does death now hold a bigger penalty? Dare I say it, if you die, you may not be able to come back. For this death is actually on board the ferryman. Or are we at an impasse that between brother and sister, male and female of death, that she is ferrying the souls for our ferryman, while this guy goes to serve under what can only be known as Davy Jones? Who knows, but I've definitely seen that somewhere before. Let's move back and go back to see what we can see. So, this is a big one. This is an absolute biggie. Let's have a look. We see Davy Jones for his first time in all of his glory, coming up and declaring his intent within the Sea of Thieves.
Nothing lasts forever. Destroy that!
That looks awfully like a scene within the Pirates of the Caribbean. Do you remember that we had a moment that Davy Jones himself summoned the Kraken? Now,
Nothing lasts forever. Destroy that!
they're lifting it up just like they did in the original movie. And bang! An impulse goes out like no other. I do believe this might be... Would it be the same Kraken? Or will we have a Kraken fight? Now that would be something to be seen. A fight between one Kraken and another. Now things are getting interesting. Could it be... Now we know just one thing with the Kraken. And it is within this book right here. We only know one thing from the Kraken in this book, and that, the Kraken that we have within this book, is the offspring of the Mother Kraken. That is all is told within this book. Could it be that Davy Jones does in fact have the Mother Kraken, and yet Sea of Thieves has its offspring? Now we're starting to get into some serious matter. Come to think about it, we have never seen once the face of the Kraken within the Sea of Thieves, so we cannot boast nor understand. Does Davy Jones have the mother of the Kraken while we in the Sea of Thieves have its offspring, and will one triumphant over the other? Both of them serve the beck and call of the ferryman. Does one serve another, or will one betray the other? Wasn't the Kraken mother killed by the ancients? How long has Davy Jones been on the seas, mate? And how long has he had said terrible beastie? We do not know. We do not know. We are merely speculating on what could come. We do not know. Your mother is dead. Ramsay saw the body. We saw Barbossa die. We saw Will Turner die. We saw Davy Jones die. And yet here we are. You even saw me die, and I'm here as well. Where are we going with this? Who knows? Let's move on! Let's move on! Let's see what carries on next. So, let's have a look at that. So the Spectres can move and they can dash, almost like the glitching, moving forward. But they appear to that you can actually dispel them by sorting them. Right. Dare I say it? Let's have a look at this. Now, it does not have... does that have 3 gems within it? Let's have a look at the curvature of that actual said thing. It curves down to the right and has a second bezel that comes across. Let's move back to what we just saw. Does this curve round? No, it does not. So, is this the same thing? Probably not. This does not bear the resemblance to the same thing. It doesn't look the same. So dare I say it, it may well not be the same thing that we're looking at. So this must be the trident. But what then does the mermaid have? It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spikes in its entirety. And when we look here, he pulls it out. Let's try and get it at the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not the same thing. It's similar. It's similar, but it's not the same. So these are 2 different things. So what we are looking at here is probably this. If we remember the very last moment, we remember of the Pirates of the Caribbean is that we had Hector wielding the trident. Could this be the trident? More to the matter. Let's just slow this down really slow. Let's take this down to a absolute slow matter and run this, because someone's nearly tried to beat me to the chase, but I noticed this earlier but didn't say a thing. Let's just take a moment and slow this down. These guys are running from the ether. And yet, in the background, this is the first time we've seen a yellow mermaid statue. We've seen blue, we've seen green, and we have seen red. But not once have we seen yellow. This is the first time we've stumbled across this within the Sea of Thieves. Yellow equaling what could that be? Just to elaborate, it's not a glitch, because when he pulls the trident out and moves across, it's still yellow. And if we look here with the crab, so now we're looking at the fact that the mermaids have the blue gem. We know that the Davy Jones's men, which appeared on the island with the clamshell, had the green gem. And now we have here a red gem with a crab-like one. Each one of these mermaid gems has some form of significance, and we do not know what that is, but it obviously impacts people differently, or curses you in a different manner. So now we have 3 different types. We have the true embodiment of a crab lord with what it seems. We have the clam, which is the head, which is the green, and then we have the blue, which is one that we saw, which is the mermaids, which have gone creepy and weird as well. So maybe each tier has a different type and strength per individual kind of character. Let's keep moving. And did you notice in the background, just one last thing, can you see that there is indeed more ruins for Mr. Falcor to dive his sinky little mitts into? If you look to the right, here, there is in fact more ruins, and in the background, there are more ruins again. Falcor's certainly got himself some more things to be diving into. Thank you very much for the bits. So, let's carry on going. So if we look here, we can see that this mermaid has its gem taken. We've never seen this before either. Not once have we seen this before. So, we now have a mermaid missing its gem. Gems that are correlated between different beasts being a siren with the blue gem. We have the clam with the green gem, the crab with the red gem, and this yellow one without a gem. Things are starting to unfold here. There's a trend and it's all based around mermaid lore. So let's keep going. So, now Jack is wandering down. And he comes out of this, of all manner of things. What even is that? Is it a mermaid? It almost looks like Davy Jones's... If we look at the original Davy Jones music piece... Let's have a look. Let's break this up. Davy Jones music box. We have a look at the music box. It does bear a similar resemblance, but I don't think it is. But let's have a look at something else. Chest of Sorrow. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my, indeed. It does indeed bear a resemblance to the Chest of Sorrow. But what does even that mean? So as they keep coming out, maybe they are in Neptune's lair. Maybe. Here we keep coming back to this place here. This watchtower. Why that time? Why that time? So, Sea of Thieves has been very, very lucrative within the game. Many, many times turning around and saying that some things have not been found within the Sea of Thieves that happen at a certain time within the game. They've said this very much every time, that there are still things that you've not discovered within the lore. So maybe this is an indicator to the time that you need to actually be going on about. Maybe there needs to be a certain place at a certain time that this actually reflects upon. Maybe that is the time that we need to be going to it. Let's keep going. So it pushes out. And here we have it. So we've got two ferryman crews, but at this point what is weird here is that we see some kind of ominous kind of ship in the background. We can see the ferryman, but what is this? What is this colossal thing right here that we are looking at? This is the thing that really perplexed me when I watched it. Let's have a watch it in full time. It looks like an island, but it also looks like a ship when it comes in. But one thing that we know for certain here is that we are looking at Davy Jones commanding the fleet of the damned. And the fleet of the damned primarily only respond and only listen to one person. We know who that is. That only responds to Flameheart. So why are they responding to the ferryman? Let's have a look one more time. It does indeed strike a bearing like a resemblance if we look at it, in fact, that could well be PvP Island in the center. Because you've got that little archway that comes across and the little things are all around here. It does look very, 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 very similar. Fleet Dam ships are different designs too. They've taken on a different transpose. This is getting weird. So we now have the ferryman of Davy Jones taking on new camaraderie, which appears to be spectral ships which have been taken from Flameheart himself. Dare I say it, did Davy Jones send our little mouthy Flameheart a decent message and take over? Or is Davy Jones, Flameheart Senior, and Flameheart, who we've been dealing with all this time, is actually Flameheart Junior? Just saying, both of them command spectral spectral things. Who knows what it could be and what it could mean? Let's keep going.
The Sea of Thieves, eh? Bring me that horizon.
So there's one thing, a last little bit I want to address, and this is here. In the background right now, we are no longer in the place of the living or the dead. Notice the type of candles that they have used. They only use these candles in one place, and that is upon the ferryman. So, where is the ferryman from the Sea of Thieves taking us? Because that is the Thieves, eh? So if we look here, this is very much the same sort of thing here going on. We have the ferryman here, the captain's cabin does indeed have this very similar candles, but the fact that it's surrounded by the dam lights from behind, who knows? Who knows indeed? So yeah, it's slightly different. Slightly different.
Bring me that horizon.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The breakdown analysis from the Sea of Thieves, as done by yours truly, Captain Jack himself. Is it going to be an epic story? Who knows? Ferryman's sword in the logo, is it now? Let's have a look, shall we? One more time. Indeed it is. And that is just, oh, dare I say it? 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Good shout. Very strong eye. Good shout. Davy Jones's sword. Replica. Dare I say it? It may well be Davy Jones's sword. You don't really see it that well within the actual film, because he uses many people's swords as he killed. He stabbed him with Commodore Norrington's. Could it well be that is our ferryman's sword? And then if you look, that has to be it. That has to be it. Let's have a look at it just a little bit more in detail. We know that is the ferryman's sword from the Sea of Thieves, and dare I say it, that is the ferryman's sword from Pirates of the Caribbean. Nice touch. Nice touch indeed. Dare I say it. Let's watch it one more time in its entirety and have a good old laugh with it, because this was incredible to watch.
An ill wind blows from beyond the horizon. A new danger is coming on the tides. And the one who might stop this ruin, trapped for all forever in the sea of the damned. Now to save the pirate life, you must start by saving the life of one.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, 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 oh my gosh. Chat, it's just dawned on me where we're finding Jack. It's just figured, oh my gosh, it's just come to me. It's just come to me where he is. Dare I say it? One thing, let's have a look, let's go. Let's get in the game. I know where Jack is. I know Jack is. I know where Jack is. I know where he is. And I know where it's going to start. He is indeed. He's on the ferry. It's just come to me now. He's on the ferry of the damned in the lower decks that you do not get to be seen. Oh, come on. Don't do the glitch for me. Come on. So it's the ferry of the damned, but he's in the brig of the ferry of the damned. You know where you are. I know where I am. He's on the ferryman's brigantine. But I'm pretty sure the brigantine is actually a galleon. Let's have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look. It's out now? No, it'll be out on the 22nd. On the 22nd. Alright, let me get on a galleon, I'll show you the galleon. Just for the sake of this. Let's go, come on, come with me. Dirt your little tails and come down this story. New galleon layout coming? I don't think so, but what I do know is if I have a look at the layout of the galleon and we use that and transpose it into the scene that we've just seen. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Calypso? It is indeed Calypso. It is indeed, it's Demora. Right, so if we look at the main thing straight away, on the galleon you have this bit right here. So we want to take into consideration this bit, more than anything, alright? So, just bear with me, chat, bear with me. Let's go to the ferry, man. So, once again, we have here, and we have here, but this on the galleon is a way down. This is the way down. So maybe as such, because they cheat death, because Jack cheats death because he's locked in the ferryman, death walks out on the ferryman and joins the other ferryman. Therefore, if we look at it in its entirety, look, you can see it. Let's have a look, one more time. The lantern there in the background. Let's have a look at the lanterns here. So they're not lit, but look at the lantern shape. Look at the lamps on the wall. And go back to the game. They are exactly the same. Jack Sparrow is locked within the ferryman. As such, Jackie boy, myself, is down there. Another thing that's a clear indicator is when it moves across.
Didn't realize we had company. Captain Jack Sparrow. But I suspect you already knew that.
So if we go back just one more time before they enter, the biggest giveaway here is when they walk down. And there you go. It's definitely the ferryman. 100%. It has the same candles, it has everything. We are going to be able to go down into the lower decks of the ferryman, chat. That's where we're heading. That's where we're going to be dusting our little tail, and that's where we're going to be going. It is the lower decks of the ferryman within Sea of Thieves. And that, in lieu, is where the big man himself, myself, am actually hiding.
Oh, didn't realize we had company.
Right, this is the last time. Let's go through it and watch it one more time, just for the sake of watching it, chat. You've been amazing. This stream today has literally just been about discovering, talking about it. We're going to be putting this on YouTube afterwards, where you can watch it afterwards, where I go through all of the little bits that I've noticed and all the theories and things that I've noticed and weaved in between it. And as such, if you want to watch it, we're going to be uploading this straight away after this. If you want to go through and watch it again, for you to actually look and go, oh, Jack spotted that, but I spotted this. I spotted that, but Jack spotted this. So, let's watch it all together, eh?
An ill wind blows from beyond the horizon. A new danger is coming on the tides. And the one who might stop this ruin, trapped for all forever in the sea of the damned. Now to save the pirate life, you must start by saving the life of one.
Oh, didn't realize we had company. Captain Jack Sparrow. But I suspect you already knew that.
Because of the treasure Jack stole.
Whoa! 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 Did you notice it? Did you notice it, chat? Did you blinking notice it? Look! What gem is that? What gem is it? It's the yellow gem. The gem that we were saying that was missing from the actual mermaid.
A darkness followed him here. And if it's not stopped, this world will sink into shadow.
This sea holds many secrets.
Ah, a new body at last.
All I can do is show you the way.
From what I hear of this so-called Sea of Thieves, it's nothing but cursed crews, bloodthirsty mermaids, a legion of dead, angry pirates. Ah, yes. And now, one Davy Jones.
Hello!
Well, I believe that now is the perfect time to use these cannons.
A world without the attack our best. Is a world that refuses to face the truth. Nothing lasts forever. Destroy them!
So this is what we were saying earlier, is if we slow down this, just quickly, we're just quickly going to wrap it up. If we watch it right now, this is what we were trying to say earlier, is we were trying to figure out what Jack had stole. But in the background, we noticed that there was a yellow mermaid. If we just show you quite now, you see that there's a yellow mermaid in the background, but in its centerpiece, it's actually hollow. If you look, there, right there, the centerpiece of this particular mermaid, the yellow gem, is gone. And if we look, dare I say it, we look right here, we have ourselves a yellow gem. Captain Jack stole the heart of probably Poseidon himself, one of the big mermaids, one of the big things. Dare I say it, he stole the king's heart. And that is why everything's gone to pot. How about that, chat? It's yellow, it's got the sun, it's got the gems, and we go back to what we saw just there. We can see that it is missing. Right there, it is missing. And that is what we will say for the rest of this. Let's watch the rest.
I don't suppose, by chance, there's a second one of those? The Sea of Thieves, eh? Bring me that horizon.
Guys, we've speculated, we've understood, we've righted the wrongs, we've understood everything that's there. We know what's coming, you know what's coming. The question is, do you want to rewatch it on YouTube, Savvy? If you want to watch it on YouTube, we're going to be uploading this within the hour, where you can go over and speculate with me as I go through all the clues and dusty your little white tails as you come down the rabbit warren. So come on over now. This is my link just in the description right now, in chat. Come on over, hit that subscribe button. We're going to be going over and putting it on there live where you can watch it, where I go over this over the course of an hour and 15 minutes, showing you what I have noticed, what me, a guy, a proprietor who's very, very observant, what I have noticed. And let's see if it all comes true and materialises. You guys have been absolutely incredible to stream to today. So if you like what you saw, you sea-bearing scallywag, why not smash the subscribe button and leave a comment and a like and even turn that notification bell on. Me, I've got other opportunities on the seas that I need. But if you wish to discuss in the comment section below your own little theories, I will not hold it against you, mate. Oh, we have a heading. Mr. Gibbs, canvas the sails. I've got more important things to do. Right, rum. See you later, mate. Savvy.
Thank you.